DauT needs wins. And if he does win 2-1 or 3-0, he's still alive. But even still, it could be really tough for them. There is also the side story that if DauT were to win today, 2-1 or 3-0, Yo could actually be in trouble. But Yo has looked solid. He hasn't looked incredible yet. It looks like he's just going to get better as things go on. And DauT is just, it hasn't been his season so far. There's no better way to say it.
I think DauT controls his own destiny though, which is good.
Yes.
Like if you win all your games, you're in. Confirmed.
Yep.
Right.
This
like
is true.
if you sweep both Yo and Margugu, you're in. Confirmed. If you win 2 against Yo, and then you win like 3 against Margugu, you're probably in as well. So it's like, okay, there's something there. At least you're not hoping for results from other people. Maybe after this set he will be.
Yeah.
But he did just have a good set against ACCM and Masters of Hyper Random, and DauT hasn't had many good sets lately. So maybe that could be, maybe that could be a little bit of a boost for him.
Yeah, I mean, you need players get confidence from results, right? Like you can't just walk in being confident if you haven't been playing well. So yeah, hopefully that's something. The funny thing about this group is coming into it, Margugu was saying he was going to relegate DauT, and DauT was saying he was going to relegate Margugu. And then right now it looks like they're both going to be relegated together. So that to me is hilarious. It's also crazy that they will play each other in the final round. So yeah, big things to come for both of them. Hopefully, we've got Persians for DauT. I like the Civ here. And then we got Huns for Yo. Both great Civs at what you can do on this map. Persians may be a little bit better at incorporating the water. But Huns are Huns, man. They can be great on an open map.
Do you remember? God, who was it? Was it Song in like Gold League or something who beat Magadai with Tarkans on this map with Huns?
Huns versus Mongols. It was Song, I think, against Backed, and Kapoch needed Song to get that win, or he was going to be relegated.
That's right.
So, I don't understand much Spanish, but I could pick up pretty clearly what Kapoch was screaming. He was like, Song, vamos, Song, and they like swearing, and oh man, I wish I could find that clip. It was such a fun moment. And yeah, Song went elite Tarkans against elite Magadai and beat it and saved Kapoch.
Was the water still? Did it have this many fish on that previous version?
It was the same.
Okay.
The only thing that we changed is we spaced out the fish a bit more evenly. Because in the past, sometimes they'd be more clumped up on one side, but it was always just 5 snappers, which is 225 food.
Okay.
But I think our meta is definitely maybe 2 or 3 years ago, people would have been more inclined to not dock on something like this. And so now people are really working their builds around getting the fishing ships out as early as possible. Even if you're just going to lose the fish, people still think it's worth it to add it in Dark Age. So that's definitely a bit of a shift. We're not going to see any fish booming on this pond, but back then we would not have seen Cross even played the same, where one person could wall up and add a crap ton of fish traps as well. So
is the game paused for you?
It is, yeah.
Okay, cool. It's interesting to me on this map, like how people collect gold. Because I've seen a few people, go up with one villager and taking gold for a little bit so that they can afford 2 fire ships. Without making the mining camp. There's also people that just don't go out there at all. There's people that have no intention of making a fire in the center. So it's kind of interesting how they balance that. And you can tell if someone's prepared or not if they send that one villager out early, right? They've clearly got an idea of what they want to do.
You know what I think people should do, actually? And I haven't tested it myself, but it feels realistic. So you look at DauT's base right now. He's probably going to want a few more villagers on wood, right? What if he gets 5 vills, sends them to a tile of gold, collects 10 gold with each, and then builds a second lumber camp?
Yeah.
So you get the extra 50 gold, you can make 2 fires, and then you get the second lumber camp. He's building the second lumber camp anyways. If you take that little bit of gold, the second the lumber camp's dropped, you still get the gold, and then you can make 2 fires. It's just a deviation to the strat that could maybe work if you want to make 2.
Do you get annoyed like I do when people go out to the rainforest trees for a lumber camp rather than the 150 wood acacia trees?
Rainforest,
The rainforest trees only have 100 in the middle.
Oh, like in the middle.
So they'll see a bigger patch and they'll lumber camp that, but there's actually more wood on the acacia that's safer, like right next to their base.
Well, actually, that hasn't been annoying me, but now I'm gonna look for it and think about it, and now it will annoy me. So thank you for pointing that out.
Like Slam did that, and I was like, Slam, 50% more wood in this patch that is much safer.
Dude, it's so funny how we like our brains now. We understand how much wood is on each type of tree, right? And that's normal for us to talk about.
Well, I mean, you don't even know what a fence is, so I don't know.
How dare you bring that up? All right, that's still such a early wound, or what's the word I'm looking for?
You got canoed, dude.
I got canoed. I got canoed. I got fenced. Everything happened. But yeah, that's something to think about. Something to think about is the amount on each tree. And DauT gets the scout kill there. And Yo opens with a demo and kills 2 fish. Wow, so he doesn't go for a fire. He goes for a demo, and he lands a shot.
Yeah, fire galley coming out from DauT. And he's going to clear up the remaining 2 fishing ships. And you can see Mr. Yo, no gold. So now DauT can just sit here and add in probably, like 2 more fishing ships? And that's going to be a nice little boost for him. And with Persian TC working behind this, his eco should be pretty good.
Yeah, it should
if
be.
If he can keep himself safe. And the spears, like in typical DauT fashion, right? Always a spear on the wood line. Yeah. He's going to send a spear over to the berries. And it's really hard to do early chip damage against DauT because he's usually doing these fundamental things like walling off the holes in the wood line at the perfect time and having the spearman sitting there protecting his eco.
Yeah, I like the transitions for DauT's eco a lot. He is adding the fish now, as you said, but the thing I'd be thinking about, like obviously you need defensive spears because you know the opponent's going for scouts. But with Huns, man, you kind of just want a safe feudal age so you can spam those cav archers in castle age. And that's all Yo is building up to. And that's what Yo is kind of a specialist at on Arabia. Yo isn't going all-in aggression at all in feudal age these days, right? Like, he's just walling up.
Please tell me he puts a single palisade within those. Do you see those 4 trees in Yo's wall? There's like a singular thing there. Okay, good. All right.
That gap. Yeah. Well, that's funnily enough another thing. Like Yo knows to look for that. A lot of other players might not notice the overchopping in acacia woodline. So I like the approach from Yo. If he can get the walls down, DauT feels pretty secure himself, so he's going to move out. He's still defending with spears, and his scouts are on the way. So if Yo isn't completely walled here, DauT might be inclined to just run through.
I think Yo will be walled, though. There's a spearman there, too. There are 2 villagers on the outside. And yeah, like you said, there's a hole that's been chopped there in the acacia.
Oh,
and
man.
DauT says, hello. And he's in, man. And that's 1 villager dead. Probably 2 here. DauT's going to take this easily. 2 villagers killed, maybe even 3.
And it's DauT. He's probably going to toss away all of his scouts just to get 1 more villager kill instead of trying 100%. To lurk around. And unfortunately, he can't really hit her. But he gets, dude, that's insane.
That's huge value. That's insane value. And you have the fish too. So now Yo is sitting there thinking, oh my God, like I have to go all in castle age. I have to. There's no other way.
That's so good there for DauT. See, you don't get those Vil kills, and then you know you're going to be slightly ahead of the Huns economically, but you always wonder, is it going to be enough? There's the scouts from Yo.
He gets 1 back. He gets 1 back, but then if you're in Yo's position, you're thinking like, he's got a Persian TC. That doesn't even mean anything. That 1 villager,
what are you doing?
Right?
Okay, that villager was weak building the house there. DauT's fortunate Yo didn't notice that. This is frustrating for me to see. Like, DauT at the perfect position to just not make any more scouts, wall up, and now he's produced 4 or 5 more scouts to chase this down. But it's probably the safe approach. Yo probably feeling a little bit better now.
It's probably not the worst because he wasn't on gold already, right? His food's going to come in pretty quick.
Yeah.
So it's like he didn't have any gold in the bank. He's got the fish bringing in the food. He's got the farmers. He's got the villagers on berries. Like, the food count will rise. I don't agree with still adding scouts now. Like, he keeps adding more, but it's not the worst thing in the world. And now Yo's scouts are trapped inside.
Trap from DauT. Quick wall, trap. Well, doesn't exactly get it. But I think he'll trade. He'll trade this Vil to kill all the scouts. Yeah. He'll be happy with that.
Yeah, that's fine. Now he has map control. He's still got the fish, right? He's got full walls, and he can just focus on going up to Castle Age. Still only 3 on gold, so it's going to be a while before he can click up. Mr. Yo is going to click up shortly. Dude, that Acacia tree thing, do you remember at NAC3 when Vilesa used the cube mod and everyone was making fun of him?
Yeah.
For using the cube mod? And then there was a game, I can't remember what game, but there was a hole in the Acacia trees. And a big army came in and someone died because of it. And I look over at Vilesa and he's looking at me and he just says like, should have used cube mod.
Well, my brain immediately thinks, did the cube mod somehow tell you there was more wood on the tree?
The only reason Max and Vilesa used it was because of acacia trees, because there's the random spacing.
All the random gaps, yeah. I forget what map it was. I think it was Kilimanjaro. Kilimanjaro has acacia trees, and they could be really awkward and open at times. So
they used to, the way it used to work, even on islands, you could get the acacia spawn, right? Like on any map, you could get this terrain with the acacia trees.
Okay.
The way they scripted it back then. But anyway, Yo is going double archer range, no secrets, not trying to hide it from DauT. DauT knows exactly what this is because he's been in this position a million times. So he knows it's going to be cav archers. The only question is, what does he do to counter it? He's adding the skirms.
Yep, adding in the skirms. I mean, there's not a lot to really complain about here if you're in DauT's position. Obviously lost a couple more vills than maybe he would have wanted, but his eco's still been pretty good. Hasn't been perfect. A minute of idle time. Eco KD ends up being 5-5. His fishing eco could be exposed against CA, but not too bad. But it hasn't been perfect from Yo either, dude. He doesn't even have bid-axe right now.
Yeah.
So that kind of hurts.
If DauT puts his TCs in the correct spots, it's going to be really difficult for Yo to do damage against his eco.
Agreed.
You keep skirms on one side, and then you have a TC over on the right side of the gold. If you put it on the inner side, then the cav archers can pick off fills. But if it's on the outer side, then they can't even get close.
Yeah, right where that deer was standing, it's moved a little bit now, but right to the right of that mining camp would be sick. But you've got to be careful. I'm seeing an overchop on DauT's woodline. The other thing that's so difficult, dude, if you ever play into counter units with Yo, he's just going to set the pace of the game and run away from you here. I guess slow counter units. Not that skirms are bad or anything, but Yo sees skirmisher and he's going to be like, oh, okay, that's fine.
He adds the second TC right away as well.
Yeah, look at the pathing there. A lot of
people would have just went military because he can't even get the wood for the cav archers.
True. Yep, so I wonder if DauT will be able to sense that in some way, because you have to respect the all-in, but you do see the 2 ranges on the front. It would be kind of weird for Yo to have hidden 2 more. So you never really know with Yo, but it's, mainly an eco approach for Yo. DauT will have more than enough skirms out. 9, 10 elite skirms against a couple cav archers.
Yeah, and another good thing with Persians is that random siege push that always comes out from Yo from the side you don't expect it from.
Yeah.
Against Persian TCs is not as effective.
Yep. You almost just don't do it.
It takes a long time to take them out. Yeah.
Yeah, even in perfect situations to siege push someone's TC, you just don't do it against Persians. So
+2 armor coming in early for DauT. And it's just not enough cav archers for Mr. Yo. And suddenly it's DauT setting the pace of the game. Yeah. Not Yo with the cav archers, which is great. That's amazing. Really, really good start so far from DauT. Obviously got fortunate with getting through the woodline, but still, I mean, good decision making after that. And he's kind of fine with letting those cav archers do whatever they do because he's got skirms at home with +2.
Yo's eco is brutal right now, dude. This isn't good at all. He still doesn't have double bid-axe. Never got wheelbarrow, which Yo has. Villagers on all these straggler trees, they're not in positions that he'd want. And DauT should have enough skirmishers at home. He drops a TC. Not exactly as we were saying, but that's still really good on the other side of the gold.
And Yo doesn't have gold.
Yeah, he can't take any gold. So he can make one more night without mining golds. But that'll be it. But, dude, I just got to say, I've seen DauT in this position so many times over the past, 12 months. A good opening, a good start, better position. And then I just worry, where's it going to go wrong? And I know
it's usually a castle, bro.
True. But I feel like sometimes the castle comes after something has gone wrong, right? Something has gone wrong, and then he feels he has to go for the castle. So this is clean. He can just straight 3 TC boom, from here, as long as he doesn't get caught out here. And you could tell Yo's being very patient about this. And instead of going for the army that had some spearmen in it, he's actually sending the knights for that group of skirms there.
I like these camels here. I didn't see the camels from behind from DauT, and I don't think Yo saw those either. And the cav archers just have to respect the skirms, so the knights have to back up.
Yeah.
Great play from DauT. At the same time, he's still holding the position on the gold, which is critical because Yo hasn't had gold income forever.
That's a good TC from Yo. Third TC now. That will give him access to some gold. Also protects the wood line. And Yo needs to deal with this. And so he'll dive in. But I think DauT, he can lose this army and be completely fine with it. And that's decent enough trade. He kills a couple of the CA. The knights are going to be weakened here. I think he will lose the army, but DauT's got a bigger army waiting to come.
I love this. I remember other players talking about Yo. They're like, Yo, worst micro in the game. Worst micro. Like, out of any player. Not even top players. Like, any player. Worst micro. And I just watched that fight. He was trying to dodge the skirm shots. He got hit by almost every single one.
You know, what's kind of crazy, right? The whole narrative was, is DauT going to survive today? But after looking at this game now, I mean, Yo's had kind of a shaky opening to Titans League himself. He loses this, he's in the relegation conversation.
He has to play against Leary.
And he's got to play Leary in the final round. That's a very good point. I'm glad you brought that up. This is great from DauT. I mean, he's 3 TCs with the Persians. His base is set up so nicely. It's going to be so difficult for Yo to find any real counter damage. And DauT just goes right back to that gold. I don't think he knows that that Yo is just going to TC the other gold, but still, holding that main gold is very valuable here.
So sick. Yeah. Really, really sick. Let's see if he's actually seen it. He's seen the one on the left, and he's seen the one on the right, but he hasn't taken a look at either of them in a long time.
Yeah.
It might have been worth just sending a single skirmisher over to the sides just to get an idea, but I mean, there's a lot of other things to do, and your eco is still phenomenal. He's got 3 TCs pumping, 6 villagers ahead, 3k res collected ahead, better eco upgrades. Yo still doesn't have double bid axe, which maybe is intentional so he doesn't over chop his base.
He was gonna get double bid axe, but then he chopped through the wood line and said, "Nah, we don't want to do that."
The scouts came in.
Yeah. Well, DauT saw the siege workshop there. Has to respect it. I think seeing the siege workshop, though, he knows that Yo really feels that area is valuable and that Yo doesn't have enough to clear it up without the siege. So DauT's going to be very happy about that. Just relocates, sees the other gold now, and he's adding his own cav archers, which normally is kind of a meme with DauT, but I actually like that here because he doesn't have anything that can raid eco and kill the siege easily. So camels and skirms, you don't really want that around wood lines. You just want that for map control. And he's in a position where he needs to be killing vills. So his own CA will be here. They still benefit heavily from the armory researched. Just both players really need ballistics right now.
Yeah, and DauT's actually building the university. Yo just started right now. So DauT's probably going to get that first. And DauT's actually going to have a bigger cav archer army than Yo. Because Yo hasn't been producing. He's been putting all that wood into eco. So he's going to have 10. DauT has 10 currently, and he's still got 2 ranges producing. He already has the +2 armor, like you said, and ballistics is coming in now. So suddenly, Yo's army, there's no advantages here for him other than the fact that he's got a mangonel.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that DauT doesn't have. DauT has Yo's army, essentially.
Yo is gonna reposition here, go for a raid, but the consistent problem has been he can't find damage. There is some exposed eco, but if you look at DauT's Fog of War, he's outposting both sides of the map. Right. So he'll see that.
Yeah.
He can always just turn around and go deal with that. I would say maybe send the skirms home and leave the cav archers forward. But then again, you can just garrison in your TCs. Yo can't do anything. And I'm just wondering with DauT on stone, like, can he place a safe castle? Does he have the ability to place a macro castle? Or does it have to be full send from DauT?
I mean, where would you even put it here with this army over here?
The left, I would place it on that golds right there. That area of the map is crazy. You could just
stonewall that off to the edge of the map too, and it's really secure.
Oh man, Mangonel got sniped underneath the TC. DauT is going in underneath the TC, separating himself from the skirms. He does have a lot of weak units. This is good
damage,
now.
Even if he doesn't kill any villagers.
Yeah,
this is so much idle time.
Agreed.
For Yo, and Yo has to send his army back to deal with this because he doesn't have anything at home. Right, like he's going for 1 mangonel, but with the camels there, with the cav archers that have already dove 1 mangonel, It's going to be so difficult to take this out. And look at how many villagers are idle. 11 in the one TC, 4 in the other TC, plus there's the threat of losing these vills right here. And you get to watch that monk steal your relic.
Yeah, I think Yo saw that.
Clears it up.
Yo will get Thumb Ring. DauT will get Thumb Ring. Yo's also getting armor. So they'll have almost fully upgraded Cav Archers. I think they both will have fully upgraded Cav Archers. Now, DauT's going to get surrounded here. The Cav Archers are very weak. So if his Cav Archers aren't there, his Skirmishers might be trapped. DauT's just hoping for good value from these. Kill as many CA as possible.
Good value, I think this is already good value.
That's good enough, I think.
For where you were and what you idled, I think it's perfectly acceptable. I mean, the Mangonel did a lot there for Mr. Yo, but now you look at what's coming back, and suddenly DauT's going to have 5 ranges with 15 Cav Archers, and Yo only has 14.
I mean, this is the DauT we've been waiting to see.
It's Yo's turn to go for an aggressive castle, I think.
Maybe. Yeah, no, yeah, so Yo's thinking I just cleared his whole army, and I'm behind, so I have to do this. Is DauT going to notice this? DauT's going in the middle of the map right now. DauT has no clue. And DauT is dropping a castle. He's actually dropping the safe castle, and the safe castle could be denied. You can't make it up.
And guess how many villagers? 10. Like always for DauT. 10 villagers building that. He sees the builds coming forward. That castle will probably go up because Yo can't see it. So Yo is going for a castle here. He's sent 15. DauT's army comes forward and not paying attention, so the Mangonel's actually going to get some damage. But the castle from DauT, I think, will go up, and the castle from Yo, I think, will also go up.
Yeah, and I guess if DauT's castle does go up and he's on the way to Imp, this should be amazing for him. There is the obvious downside of a castle on his face, and that's awkward to deal with. He gets a little too close to the castle foundation trying to stop this. Yeah, this is the chaos Yo needed. Win or lose, this is absolutely the play from him. He needed something more.
In classic Yo fashion, like, he's got more than 100 vills somehow.
Yeah.
Right? DauT's been controlling the entire game. Good attack ground attempt. I don't know how that didn't do any damage, but he's been controlling most of the game, and Yo still has 100 plus vills.
It's impressive. He's not on the way to Imp, which is an issue, but I think it's easier for him to control the game a little bit right now. DauT hasn't been able to get anywhere near these Cav Archers because the castle's there. And DauT's making an elephant? DauT's making a war elephant right now? Okay.
I mean, it's basically like... They're basically like Rams ever since that buff they got, right? They get plus 50 against buildings or something like that.
Interesting.
So,
all right.
Like, if you're trying to take down a building, war elephants aren't the worst play ever.
Well, Yo's going to steal the relic right off of DauT's doorstep. Yo's killed a lot of vills with DCA now. Yo will see that DauT is up, and Yo should know that he will lose his castle. This is where I'd love to see Marauders, man. He's already making a Tarkin or 2 in that castle. If you can research Marauders before your castle's down, unlocks the ability to make the Tarkins from stables, and then you don't even need the castle. And DauT's heavy on Skirm. He's heavy on Cav Archers with a Civ that doesn't get Bracer. This could be an excellent opportunity for Tarkins.
DauT needs more farms. DauT needs more farms, man. Like, your Persians, you probably, even though you're playing into Cav Archers, you should probably be at 40 on farms right now.
Yeah.
And Mr. Yo is, right? Like, he's been doing all this, and suddenly you've just given Mr. Yo the time to start dictating the pace and buying him time to get to Imp and everything like that. And this is a great raid from Yo on the left side, too, with these Cav Archers coming into the gold. Like, DauT is just reacting 100%. This is really, really nice from Yo. This is kind of turning in his favor just a little bit.
It is. The forward castle just brought some chaos here. DauT wasn't necessarily expecting. DauT did just kill a lot of Cav Archers on the other side. But in return, he's losing all of his skirms. I guess it's good for him that he can see that his opponent is going Tarkins. So he's going to click Camel now. But this doesn't mean Yo can't make more Cav Archers, too. Like, Yo can still make more Cav Archers. And a big ball of Cav Archers could be a big issue for Camels. DauT is going to lose this game, it feels like. If he can't turn it around, Yo is just everywhere.
Yeah, DauT didn't have the eco that he needed to go camels right away, so he's going to have to adapt. But the Tarkins are raiding the new farms he's placing down.
Oh, man.
And the Trebs are finally taking out that castle, but that castle was never about holding that forward position. It was about buying like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And it bought him 5.
Yeah, bought him so much
really
time.
Good stuff from Yo. And also, DauT was the first one to come out and try and collect relics. Yo already has 2 of them. And I think he's looking for the third, too.
Dude, Yo, you could tell Yo things just clicked for him, and he's starting to feel it now. And I'm sure in DauT's position, considering how things have gone for him, that he's realizing that he's also losing control. And that can get to you. If you feel like, oh no, I'm throwing again, it could really affect you. And so just thinking about his comp now, his food count's going up. He has a lot of gold in the bank. Skirm Camel could be good here. But I look back at Yo's eco, which we haven't really been looking at, and it's looking amazing, dude. He's got castles up. He's got crazy farms, golden stone income everywhere. He's set up.
If DauT can add 20 more farms here, which is really easy if you use the auto farm placement, which is clearly not doing, maybe because of the lag or whatever, maybe just because it's DauT. If he can add 20 more farms and then get Camel Hussar, that base is wide open to raids from Mysterio.
Agreed.
And the camels can stop all of this stuff. But it's just recovery mode at the moment, right? He's trying to farm on the right side because that's where he has space. But that's where the raids are coming in.
Yeah. If he can get a castle up in that area too, he might be pretty set because he has the TCs in the middle of the map. And then he'll have this castle on the left side, which is securing a lot of area. So that's a decent enough engagement there from DauT. He will maybe lose a couple skirms. But they're leftover units at this point. This is really all about camels. I just wonder if Yo goes Halb at any point, because Camel feels like the biggest threat now.
Yeah. I think, DauT just needs to take a look at his map and reorganize his thought process. It's tough in the middle of the game, but that left side, and he's expanding to it now, is where you should be adding all your farms and your eco.
And not the front.
He's like adding it at the front.
Yep.
He's adding it on the right. Like he's just doing stuff by reflex.
Yep.
You should be walling off that left side and putting all of your eco over there, and then you can put all of your focus to somewhere in the middle where it's actually safe.
And to Yo's credit, he's not giving DauT time to think about things, right? It's not easy for DauT because he's under all this pressure. And I mentioned Halb before. I really like the fact that Yo is at least getting all of his CA and like have upgrades first. Because sometimes players will try and switch too early, and you really want to max out on what you're fighting with here. So now he has heavy CA, full upgrades at least for the Huns. And even though the camels could kill a Cav Archer quickly when they get in close, getting in close is the biggest problem.
There's a lot of camels on the right side from DauT. He sent in a second raiding force, even though he forgot about the first one that was there.
Yeah, true.
For 2 minutes, and he's found them all.
He found them now. It's going to be a surprising raid.
Yeah.
All right, well, a couple kills could happen there, but look at Yo rolling forward with Trebs on the left, and he's about to place a castle to protect that. He knows he has an opportunity to push here. And raiding with camels, it's kind of what we talked about in Castle Age. It's not ideal. It's an expensive unit. You don't really want these units underneath castles and TCs. And there's Yo already. Multiple Trebs rolling forward. One's already on the castle. DauT needs a response here. Can he engage against this, or is Yo going to bring this back when it looked so miserable for him?
I mean, the camel raid in the base is annoying for Yo, admittedly. But Yo is now teched fully into Hussar. He's got the Cav Archer upgrades all in. He's getting his eco upgrades here. Yo is feeling real good in this position. And DauT, without Bracer on the skirms, is in that classic position where your opponent against Persians has a big range mass, and you're just trying to spam it, essentially, and like slowly whittle it down.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a big issue for DauT is these camels are not cheap. They're really expensive, and they're still dying. And Yo's Trebs are being repaired now. He's going to keep most of these Trebs alive. DauT is so desperate. His 3 Trebs, which he wanted to push with, are just trebbing Yo's Trebs. And this is more and more stone that DauT is sinking into repairs, which means he won't have defensive castles around the map. And Yo, he's just going to sit here. There's no reason to do anything else than stay in this exact position until something changes, whether he takes down the castle or loses his Trebs.
Dude, DauT's Trebs are on the miss part of the cycle here for shots. They've just been missing every shot, man. Eventually it's going to come around and all 3 of them are going to hit, but right now, there you go. 2 of them hit. Perfect.
I mean, the camels and the skirms are actually clearing this somewhat. Man, that castle's so valuable for Yo. Like, if he didn't have the castle, so many of these camels would still survive as they pass. Oh, man.
Conversion there. This is really nice from Yo. The camel number is whittling down. DauT is selling so much food. 67 on food now, so he got that number up. But he has to sell all of it. And Yo goes for another castle on the right side.
That's great job from Yo, because now he understands DauT's got everything on that left. If DauT loses the left, it's probably over. So he'll take a bit more of the right side. Just still looking at that camel number, and I'm concerned. Only 12 camels for DauT. That's not enough to push 30 cav archers and a castle. So awkward to micro the skirms, too. You have to get so close before you can do any damage.
DauT did somehow get 2 more relics in the last couple minutes.
Yeah, so he's at 3.
It's 3-2 on relic count. Yeah.
But they are right behind this push.
They are.
So if he doesn't stop this push, he's probably in trouble. And Yo's trebuchets have greater accuracy. It's a pretty clutch hun bonus to have in these situations. So Yo's trebs aren't going to miss. Yo takes out the trebs from DauT. And DauT is at 190 pop, but, like, it's not army dig. It's mainly eco at 151 bills.
Yeah, the classic Persian late game here, right? Against the cav archer civilization. You got skirms, but they're not super good. And you need the camels to deal with the hussar. And now another castle from Yo, a very aggressive castle because he took out the trebs from DauT.
He feels comfortable to do that. Honestly, that castle tells me Yo thinks I've won this game, right? And he's like, nope, this game is mine. And maybe it's a little preemptive, but I'm kind of feeling the same at the moment. He's got hussar raids running into the back of DauT's eco. It's just so tough for DauT to react to all the time. The castle foundation could actually be sniped. I think he deleted it. But the trebs are going to take out these TCs. DauT sending everything he's got. This is crazy just how much army is on our screen right now. But only one treb gets sniped. All the other trebs will keep firing.
You can't be spamming camels in there to snipe the trebs.
Because
like he's been selling so many resources for gold, right? And like he's at the bare bones for gold. And the camel number cannot be allowed to fall.
I don't think he's going to have the gold. There's going to be raids starting on the right with the stables there from Yo. He knows about that gold area. And the cav archer number is still so insane for Yo. 40 cav archers, 20 hussars, full upgrades. He himself isn't actually mining that much gold. We should keep that in mind. But it feels like his cav archers just won't die.
He's only got the 2 tiles, dude.
So he's got like 500
like 500.
gold.
Like there's actually a win condition here for DauT if he can get more on wood. The eco is really rough, but if he could get a skirm mass and kill the cav archers, or he could just resign. Fine.
Yeah, his pop finally dropped. He was losing fights, but he was still 180 pop for so long, and the raids eventually caught up. Yep. He eventually just ran out of resources. And man, dude, this felt so good for DauT. Like, how did Yo bring this back?
I think DauT just wasn't prepared for early imp, or he made the wrong decision. He probably should have opened camel there in imp, and instead of that, he tried to go. I don't even know what he was trying to go. He went like chemistry and then the final armor upgrade. So he just tried to go like skirm treb or something.
I think honestly, just the castle from Yo just completely undid him. Like the castle and the result of it. Like once that castle went up, DauT felt, I have to go in now. I have to win the treb war. But what happened then is he was super late. He didn't have the food.
He was going going up before he saw the castle. I think he's going up to imp before he saw the castle, bro.
Well, like I think the imp timing's great for civs with bracer because it has a big effect in early imp. But when you're playing camels and savars, you need like that longer castle age. He just lost control. Once that castle went up, Yo started to raid him in so many different areas, and I think DauT's going to be kicking himself. It felt like at that time he actually had the army, right? If he was just in position, Yo's castle never goes up, and this is 1-0 for DauT. But
Yo just didn't. I'm looking at it right now. Like he just didn't have food eco.
Yeah.
He needed 40 plus farms. Yeah. And he had 29.
Yeah. And when a castle comes up on your face, when a castle comes up on your face, it's really tough. Also, the Hun cav archers are really cheap. They get really good value. DauT did still collect 5k more food than Yo, but Yo didn't really need it. And that was better from DauT, but he needs wins big time now. I'll pull up the odds in between games here, but that's much better for Yo. I was worried, though, and that's just like so amazing. we talk about this all the time with Yo. We question him, like, what is he doing? No double bid X. This is such a slow start. And you think he's going to get punished for it. And then he just turns it around. Just classic.
Game number 2, Mr. Yo as the Vietnamese. I'm putting him in red again. And DauT as the Poles. And we are on to Rocky Forest here.
Yeah, so again, we've seen this map a lot. We've seen lots of spears and skirms on this map, actually. I thought initially it would be lots of scouts, but spears and skirms seems to be the play. There's the one main opening through the middle to arrive to the opponent's base. And on that rock terrain, you can't wall. So we've just seen walls of spears and skirms to protect that. But I don't think DauT is planning spears and skirms with poles. I think he wants to get away with farms around those folwarks, getting the food boost from that. And then maybe we'll see him go to stone and take advantage of the double resource income from that. So I got to say, big positives for DauT's map gen, dude. He doesn't have a forward resource at all. His berries are on the back, his gold are on the back, and his stones on the back. So the Age of Empires scripting gods are like trying to give DauT a solid here.
Really, really good map generation. Probably the best one I've seen on Rocky Forest. Usually the gold is forward, just like with Mr. Yo here. And Yo is even unfortunate enough to have the berries forward as well. So there are some problems over there for Mr. Yo. I don't know if DauT's going to be the aggressor. I really don't know what to expect here in terms of openings from him, whether it's scouts or whether it's spear skirm, like you said. I have no idea.
Yeah, I mean, poles, I guess the most natural thing would be to go for scouts. But honestly, I would think it's acceptable to play, if you think the meta's skirms, to just play defensive skirms yourself and farm on the back. And then if you get 2 full works completely covered with farms, you feel like you have a big eco lead. And then you can transition from there because the units just aren't as good for poles. It's all about the resource income and then eventually the discount if you get the unique techs. So it's just one of those matchups. You got to get away with murder economically. And it's...
I think if you're going for that approach, then just go skirm.
Yeah. Yeah. Because if you go... if you open scouts and your opponent goes 3 spears, 3 skirms, and gets to your farming eco before you're ready, it just becomes a nightmare. I agree. What do you think about the gold for Yo, though, considering we tend to see lots of towers? Because I actually think as a player... Now, the berries I wouldn't like to be forward as well. But I think in some ways it's actually kind of helpful to have the gold.
Because the wood is right next to the... Yeah. The tower, like, in the front a little bit could cover off all that area. And it like, covers off the one way that they can come into your base through the stone. So you can kind of wall the land, and then the tower will shoot at whoever comes to the stone, and then you just leave the entire right side of your base wide open.
Yep.
And if he wants to go over there, that's fine. You can wall to the edge of the map.
Yeah, because we see a lot of early towers. So I actually think in some ways it's actually good for Yo to have that gold. Now, in DauT's case, some players have been walling to the back edge of the map. So he could wall, you go to the forward house, kind of diagonally down towards the stone, and then to the edge of the map. So you can still wall that. That's still not a bad gold, obviously, but...
I assume this map is scripted, so you can't have like a wood line directly behind your TC.
You mean the wood lines on the outside?
Yeah.
Yeah. We... Actually, the first week, it wasn't quite as good, and then we tweaked it because there was the occasional instance where one player didn't have to build a lumber camp on the middle area at all, and we felt that was unfair, so... Yo's going to click up.
Looks like Yo is going to go up. Yep. Still just pushing in all these Ibex from the center. It's a long way away, but they need those for a good start. And DauT is going to add 1 more villager. And now he's going to go up at the same time as Mr. Yo. Although he does not have Loom.
So delaying Loom. I like it because we haven't seen a lot of Man-at-Arms. Having said that, Yo's build is actually set up for Man-at-Arms. He has the barracks already. Normally, if you're building the barracks at this time, you're going to be producing some militia or something. But doesn't seem like that's actually the plan. Oh, wait, no, he's going to golds. Interesting. I don't think I'll actually make the militia, but this build is for the militia. Typically, you wouldn't otherwise have the barracks this early.
Bro, why are there so many birds on this map?
I knew you were going to... I actually didn't bring up the birds because I wanted to give you the opportunity.
Just like looking around, I'm like, there's a lot of birds, bro. What happened with the birds?
I don't know. I think
does T-West
sometimes
just like birds. I think he does. He's a bird guy.
He seems like a bird guy, honestly. But no, like I think let's say there's 10 birds on the map. Sometimes they will fly to the same spot, and we just happen to catch it. You know?
Yeah.
But there's definitely something about scripting where sometimes they get stuck in like an area of the map, and I never asked why that happens. But we've seen that where they'll just hover back and forth over like a random area of the map, and there's like 8 birds.
I've seen them bounce off a hitbox of a land unit before.
Really?
Yeah, it's weird, dude.
Oh, big scout fight here. It's 11 HP for both. I really want to finish my thought on birds, though. One of my favorite clips from Jordan was when people started to use the follow command to push in deer. And he's like kind of half paying attention because it's Dark Age. He's trying to push in deer on arena or something. And he presses follow on a bird by accident. And so, I had no clue you could do that. So the bird is like flying away from his TC or something. And the scout just keeps following. And Jordan had no clue. Jordan's like, what? What's happening to my scout right now? It was so funny.
Oh, that's classic Jordan, bro. DauT won the scout fight with some good micro, I might add. And he's got time to set up the walls, like you said, to the edge of the map. And
really smart.
He already has horse collar. And look at this. He's going out to stone. So this is exactly what you want to see with poles. If you're going to be playing into scouts, you need something to defend your base if your scouts die, right? Or if he has spears with his archers. So he goes to stone right away. He's going to do the stone collection and a little bit of gold collection at the same time with poles. And then he'll set up multiple towers to keep his farming eco safe behind.
Now, he didn't open skirms. Would have ended up looking really good, actually, against the archer spear opening, but he knows exactly what his opponent's doing now.
If you're not going to go to stone here. If you go to stone, then it kind of like balances out the problems with the scouts.
Yeah, because as long as you have that tower and as long as you're walled to the edge, the archer spears can't get into your eco, so you don't even need the skirms. But scouts from DauT won't kill much because of all these spears that Yo has. And this is the first time we've seen poles picked on this map. So we kind of speculated on how DauT would play it. But Yo is a player who typically gets a lot of his game sense from just seeing things happen before, playing it himself. So the fact it's new, even though Yo's got an amazing game IQ, I think that adds a lot to the strat here.
So if you're DauT, you're worried about things progressing like this and then getting to Castle Age and Yo having like a big mass of archers or something like that, right?
Yeah.
And he breaks in your base. If you're Yo, I think you're worried about the thing you're always worried about with poles, that you can't break in. Mm-hmm. And he gets the farming eco set up and he gets the castle. So that's like the two different perspectives here for both the players. Obviously, we're a ways away from Castle Age still, but I don't see much damage being done in Feudal Age in this matchup. However, there is an archer army looping around from Yo, and DauT's only got an outpost on that stone.
I was going to say,
probably add a tower there.
The other thing that's important to note is Yo didn't actually scout the other stone, but he knows this stone here is not being mined. So it's one of those things where he should think about it and say, okay, there might be another stone out there. He's not mining that one. And, I mean, if you can't do damage through the middle, obviously you're going to try and go to the other side, so it feels natural. I like the outpost from DauT, but being surprised...
It's too close to the stone, though. Like, it's too close there. It needs to be further away. He's sending the spearman, which is good. Yo better not attack that spearman if he sees it. Just let it run right past, and maybe DauT won't notice 100%. You coming in for this raid.
If DauT didn't patrol that, it's a problem, because if it's patrolled, at least they'll start to attack, and then Yo has the awkward situation of deciding on if he wants to give it free damage for a couple more hits, but it is just a spearman, so he should be okay with that.
Important moment here. Does DauT's spearman see this raid? This could be really big information for him. He sees the archers.
Is Yo going to attack it?
And he pulled it away, so he knows. He knows it's there. Does he add a tower on the stone now?
Dude, he's got a lot of scouts, actually. He's getting bloodlines right now, so he is not worried about that at all. And... Yo, that was kind of funny. He wasn't going to attack the spearman. Then he knew that DauT noticed. And DauT just passing. And DauT will kill this. He doesn't need any micro. He will still kill this. But that is...
Bloodline's just kicked.
Yeah, it could have been a little bit better. To lose two scouts, there's actually a bit of a surprise.
Yo did not see the stone. So he didn't see that DauT was mining that. He didn't see anything on stone at the front side either.
Interesting. Okay, well, but he does know, like, is it not pretty valuable to be able to notice that Bloodlines is in, if he notices that, and then have the army there? Like, the alternative is those scouts surprise you at your base and you take losses. Now, Yo knows DauT made more army.
It's still concerning for him, though. He's trying to click up, and there's 5 scouts with Bloodlines.
I don't think he knew.
You only have 2 spearmen.
He's not playing this like he knows Bloodlines is in my opinion. It's not something he was able to check. Yeah. Should be a villager pick for DauT.
The villagers. That's a villager kill. Another good opening for DauT. Everything is going according to his plan.
Said the same thing in the first game. Things somehow fell apart. This map may be a little bit more straightforward, which could really help DauT. And he has more res collected than the Vietnamese here. That's the power of the Poles farms. Perfect full work setup. We'll have enough stone to maybe build a castle, but it's decision-making time because you go castle before TCs here, you could fall behind an eco. Some players will do that to rush the unique tech, but other players will want to add the second or third TC first.
Kristen, hear me out. DauT castle around the edge on the right side of Yo's base on the TC. Thoughts?
No. I mean, later, when things start to go wrong, then yeah, we'll see that castle maybe. But I really hope DauT doesn't try and do that right now.
But he's controlling the army, man. I mean, if things if things keep going this way, like he gets the castle up right away, he gets heavy plow in, and his farms start churning out food. Like he could just absolutely spam knights.
Hear me out. He uses Lightcap to buy time, and he drops his castle immediately early Castle Age on the crossing right in front of Yo's base, right by the rocks.
I thought about that, but that's way too not in Yo's face.
It's way too DauT, which is why it should happen. Yeah. Is he bringing the Vills? Doesn't seem like it. But
I think he'll add an extra TC maybe, or maybe sell some of the stone.
Yeah. It's really annoying on this map to not be able to build your TC on the wood line. Yo actually see, this is again why this spot actually wasn't too bad. He TC's near the wood line there. I like that. And DauT's still hovering around with his scouts. DauT will drop the castle. Wow, right away. You could still TC soon after this, but that is because he's worried about cav archers, I guess.
It might TC the stone at the end of the day.
Couple more
scouts come in. They see the second TC there from Mr. Yo. And there's still a lot of scouts, so he's still controlling the movements from Yo until his castle is up, and then he's basically protected his base with that.
Yep. You can tell DauT just didn't really trust his micro there. I think there was opportunities to get multiple Vil kills, but just couldn't get the groupings up. And Yo, patient as ever, 3 TCs for him. And just protecting these TCs before he does anything else here, which is a smart play. Obviously, you want to counterattack, but with how DauT's playing this, you need to make sure your TCs are up first.
Right, I just wonder at what point does DauT have the resources to start spamming knights? Because the castle comes up probably 4 or 5 minutes before the real knight production begins.
Yep.
And Slaughter privileges is like 500, 300.
He's got the market.
In terms of resources, it's very expensive.
Yeah, it feels like the castle's more so just to protect himself than anything, but he also isn't stonewalled on the left, so...
He's trying to get Slaughter. Like, he's buying food for it.
Okay. Well, I mean, the answer is this would be all-in-one TC. All-in-one TC Knights from DauT. There's no booming out of this. 2 TC. Oh, 2 TCs, okay.
It's Poles, after all. You do... You know, he's got heavy plow and he's got the full works, so he's actually gonna be able to spam from both of those stables, I think.
It's wild to me how most people in Yo's position are constantly thinking about trying to do some counter damage, but he hasn't done that yet. And if he tried to do counter damage in the middle, it wouldn't work. So as he finally moves out, he's not actually even going to the middle. It's like he knows exactly what DauT's going to do.
Really careful about his woodline because these light cav are about to get +2 armor.
Yeah, true.
A bunch of them are weak still, but like running in there under the TC, DauT knows there's a lot of villagers there. Maybe he just wants to keep them on either side to keep Yo penned in. And this spearman, once again, another spearman might find the Cav Archer army as it comes in.
Now here you can actually outrun it, so you could have run past it there. And DauT should have got the alert. Yep, you could tell DauT noticed because his knights that are being spammed now are going to come over. So knights are super cheap now after that unique tech. Bill count's still even. The light cav for DauT will just kill off some remaining archers. That's fine for Yo. And Yo kills the Vil on the wood line.
Phil, equal villager count. Probably better eco setup for the Poles right now. And Slaughter Privileges is in with +2 armor.
Just do wonder. It's such an interesting civ. I know that it's not as strong as other civs, but I actually think it's such a nicely balanced civ because it's so hard to get this position. And it can be so strong, but it also has its weaknesses. And the weakness is you don't get the final armor upgrade in Imp. So you need to end this game in Castle Age or before these Cav Archers can become even stronger.
Well, Yo's going to have some problems because he's going to be focused on the right side. If DauT adds another stable or just even starts sending in knights to his main eco, suddenly Yo's attention is split, right? And it's +2 knights. So you need a decent amount of Cav Archers just to even kill one.
I'd like to see Yo.
Like 5 Cav Archers.
Yo's got to control the middle now, honestly, and maybe an outpost in the north of his own because DauT will eventually try and raid the sides, and you just need to have some type of a clue that that's coming. Again, the thing is like Cav Archers with Vietnamese 80 HP in Castle Age. If he can get Thumb Ring, if he can get armor, he can get to like 30 of them. He could start to chew down these knights pretty quickly, but DauT is in a position here where you don't normally get to it with the Poles, and you should be able to put your foot on the gas a little bit more.
Third stable now for DauT. Still distracting the main army from Yo, and then we have 6 knights coming in towards that wood line. The monastery is not up yet from Yo, and he only has 2 Cav Archers in defense. Sorry, 3.
He does see that, though. That outpost lets him know, gives him a warning. And still microing on the other side. Feels like both players know exactly the situations they're in at the moment. And honestly, an amazing game. This has been super strategic. It hasn't just been a skirm fest. Love to see
it. Coming in for Yo. Cav Archers are going to be good, man.
And Ballistic's already in. And DauT wants to raid, but there are TCs everywhere. I know it's cheap, but is this something DauT can justify? I think it is. When the units are this cheap, you just want to make it messy for Yo. It's also way harder for Yo to micro.
Find kills.
Yeah.
Yeah, like just patrolling on both sides. Like Yo's losing Cav Archers on the right now.
Yep.
DauT's losing knights, but he doesn't really care about the knights. And at the same time, we've got a light cav coming in from DauT, sniped by the TC. He was going for the monk there. The monk is the thing that's kind of chasing him away at the moment, but still idle time for Mr. Yo. A good fight on the right for DauT because of that distraction. And DauT still sitting on 3 TCs, spamming now from 3 stables, and there's the 4th stable right there.
I was going to say, I want to see more production from DauT. I also want to see some Vils in the middle, building. Like, when you have this space, it feels like a siege workshop in the middle with some scorpions.
And with rams.
Or just outposts.
No, rams.
Yeah, that too. Like, just anything but nothing, I guess. Because this is your time to be able to secure the middle. Yo has an outpost himself. Yo is going to attempt to sneak a TC up there. And this is where DauT's
if you go night spam and stay in Castle Age and just make a siege workshop and start pumping out rams to take out all this stuff, like I don't know if Yo can deal with that, man.
I agree.
If you just stay in Castle Age.
But look at the numbers for DauT. He's got 22 knights. There's only 20 CA. If all the numbers are here and engaging right now, the CA have to back up all the way home.
And the knights on the right side are coming in.
Yeah.
Because Yo had to pull the army away from that.
Yo is playing this like he's playing up against a normal knight spam. But he needs more Cav Archers and more monks up against the Poles. This is about to get out of hand fast.
Yeah, and he'll need to pull the Cav Archers back to deal with this raid at the back of his base. The knights are right under his TC. He's still fighting at the front. He's still trying to pressure at the front, but like 5 stables producing, man. You can't pressure enough to stop the knights from coming, and now the knights are in your base, so you're just defending with TCs. More idle eco. He's trying to click up to Imp, and he has, but DauT is on the way over from both sides here.
Honestly, crazy that Yo's clicked up here. That gives him a real chance. And he does have TCs everywhere. He's found the nice choke point between the wood line that DauT can't necessarily run into. We're now 3.5 minutes away from Yo.
We need something else.
From Yo being in a dangerous spot here for DauT. Bracer and chemistry and heavy CA on these cav archers. They'll melt these knights.
We need like a forward castle or a siege workshop or something.
Yeah,
and there's the siege workshop. It's a little late though. It feels a little late, Tristan.
Could be, but he's still got so much more time. 2 minutes is a long time. Yo's made it look easy, but it is not. The siege workshop will definitely go up. There's no way it's denied. And DauT, 30 knights now against still just 24 cav archers. But what a spot from Yo. That area is just perfect for him. If he can create choke points on both sides there, it'll be tough for DauT to get a real surround here with the knights.
Imperial Age and critically Bracer is the big one.
Mm-hmm.
1 minute and 20 seconds away.
Yeah, and it's not looking like DauT has enough here.
Nice, in on the gold now. The cav archers are at the back of Yo's base. There's the wood line here. There's the gold.
Yeah, this is what DauT has been lacking. Just splitting up constantly. You're gonna lose knights, obviously. That's how it goes. It's a lot of CA, but you need to demolish your opponent's eco. There's a Mangonel in queue as well. Yo is a lot of idle time right now. He's lost like 20 villagers to these raids now from DauT.
Yeah, he's losing more. Yeah, and the gold is brutal here. The gold is absolutely brutal as well. Like, the TC is full. There's no more room in that. So DauT kills 5 more villagers on that gold. He's sending more knights in to the right side of Yo's base. The Mangonel is in the siege workshop. It's not coming out yet, and he sees Imperial Age come in for Mr. Yo, but he's done a lot of damage. 80 villagers only for Yo now.
Now, the crazy thing
30
is...
villagers behind.
We haven't seen him kill a single cav archer. So that now becomes the problem. Are these cav archers just good enough to dominate every engagement now? DauT is all in. Here's the siege.
Villagers are coming
Here's
for a
the
castle,
vills.
Tristan.
I don't know about this.
10 villagers. It's always 10, it feels like.
I wonder
away with this.
if it was possible to maybe have the siege and the castle a little bit faster here. If he had it like 2 minutes ago, it does so much more. But look at the cav archers, and Yo is going to drop his own castle right next to it because he knows the CA are going to mop up the knights. He's got 25 bills.
That's so many villagers, but there's not a lot of vills from DauT. He's just going to have to sacrifice his whole army to get this castle up. Yo is still losing vills. He's lost 37 villagers this game.
But the cav archer army is still ridiculous, Dave. And DauT's castle will complete. But Yo's castle is going to complete as well, and Yo just does not have military to compete. DauT doesn't have military to compete with the 46 cav archers from Yo.
He's killed 50 villagers. He's killed 50 villagers, but
lost
it
one.
might not be enough. Those cav archers are absolutely brutal. Now, Yo has enough cav archers to keep like 20 at home and 20 pushing, so the raids can't even threaten him, really, at this point. And it just... We both said it, like, siege wasn't there in time. Castle wasn't there in time, and now you're in a really sticky situation if you're DauT.
The best moments for DauT were right when Yo hit him. And it's so difficult. Not necessarily mistakes, it's just getting to that position a little bit faster was the key.
Murder holes for Yo.
I like how Yo's now said, this is just a camp the Treb game. I'm not going to try and go to the sides. I'm not going to think about any of that. Just got to protect my Trebs. And who cares if you lose your castle now? As long as you take out the castle from DauT, you're taking full
He might not
control
even
of the
lose
middle.
it. He's got the TC attacking it, and he got murder holes too. So the Rams are actually going down to the castle and TC
Yeah,
fire.
true. There goes DauT for a bit of a raid. Will he get through? He will not. Yo walls it up. So, yeah, it seems like the big problem for DauT is the way this map's set up, you can only raid in 3 spots. You can't raid everywhere. And Yo has been able to protect it. Yeah, this is going to be a massacre. These knights are going to melt to these cav archers. And those Trebs are going to stay up here for Yo.
Dang, dude. Both games so far, it's been that moment when Yo gets Imperial Age.
With cav archers.
DauT has just kind of faltered. Yeah.
I mean, DauT still has like a 45 villager lead.
He's got 140 bills.
But His castle's gone.
He's hanging out in Castle Age. He's thinking about Imp right now. Still has to keep the Knights coming out just to keep Yo away from his base. But I think he can afford Imp at the same time. My only question is, what now?
Yeah. That's the thing. It doesn't get a lot better, does it? You don't get the final armor. You do get Cavalier. But Yo is just going to kill everything here. He's not even microing his CA anymore. He doesn't seem to care. He's looking somewhere else. A little sloppy, honestly. But he'll kill it. And his castle will... I mean, Yo, what are we...
Not microing his vills either, dude.
This is a little too confident, man. I mean... Okay, well, I mean, castle is going to go up. All the knights died in the process. And it's heavy CA now with Trebs. And DauT will start to lose the whole front of his base here.
That's where all his stables are, too. He has to make more behind. Still expanding his eco. I mean, he has 130 villagers. Yo has lost 65 villagers this game, but it's like it doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
All of it, like, Yo never even ran into issues with resources after losing 50 vills because everything was tailored towards Goldwood for the Cav Archers and the Trebuchets.
I don't know if value destroyed in Capture Age accounts for the discount that the Poles have on their knights, but according to what I'm seeing, it's 19,000 value destroyed this game for Yo and only 8,000 for DauT. So yeah, you collect more resources, but if your units just die this fast, it's not enough. Knights are going to go.
Knights are going to go around.
Yeah, that's the only thing you can do. You can't fight the main army, yeah.
And it feels like Yo should know that. Like, he should have like 15 Cav Archers at the back there somewhere.
Yeah, I think what Yo just did with that castle, just losing 30 vills, building a castle, tells me that he knows he's been in this situation before, and he doesn't think he can ever lose this game. And so he runs in just to see what DauT's up to. We'll see light cav for DauT, as we now see DauT get the other unique tech, which will add some trample damage to the light cav line. But can it trample hard enough to be good enough against this many CA when you don't have the armor?
What's that unique tech called, Tristan?
Lekathic? Lekathic
Legacy?
Lekathic with two C's.
Legacy?
Is that how you're supposed to say it?
Well, it's Lech, so it's like ch, right?
Lech?
Lechitic Legacy? I just know whenever you say he's getting the unique tech and you don't call it by
I don't
its name,
say it for a reason,
damn well
so you
know.
shouldn't. Yeah, you shouldn't say.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I called you out, bro.
Yeah, well, thanks.
I know, I do the same thing. I do the same thing.
I think I've called the first one Sriracha privileges more than I've called it Slakta, but Slakta I'm getting used to.
Yeah.
DauT actually has Winged Hussar, so I didn't think he'd get there. But again, I don't think the trample is enough.
He needs about 60 Winged Hussar to kill 5 Cav Archers here in this group.
Yeah, he's doing everything he can, Dave. He's doing everything he can from here. Population still okay, but Yo is just going to wander forward and drop another castle. And DauT may be officially
look at the line
out.
Of dead cavalry. Oh, God.
Wow.
Yo was farming, man. 89 kills on those Cav Archers. He was losing Cav Archers in the early stages of Castle when DauT had the double stable knights with +2. But then after that, it felt like it was so rare to see a single Cav Archer die.
Yeah.
Like, Yo let villagers die, but the Cav Archers never did, which is amazing because the villagers are so low value compared to your Cav Archer mass, which can just win the game. And that's exactly what happened.
It's just another game where it felt like DauT's game plan was good, but just didn't quite have that next step to finish it off. I don't think there were any massive misplays here. I just think this is Yo understanding his win condition was Imp. Dude, how was Yo able to just casually deal with that many raids under that many TCs and click Imp? Like, that's insane. It never looked like he was bothered. You never saw a moment of panic. You never saw a moment of worry. He just was chilling the whole time. 2 wins for him now, and unfortunately for DauT, I think he is relegated regardless of what happens from here.
It's so weird, these 2 games too, because it's not like the way that DauT usually loses games. Like, DauT usually loses games on execution a lot of the time, right? Like takes bad fights or whatever. these ones are just slow. You have plenty of time to think about what you're gonna do, and he's not making the right decisions. Also, credit to Yo, who's just playing so patient.
Well, and if you're wondering what went wrong for DauT, literally the situation that we saw on screen with the Siege Workshop and the castle and the raids underneath Yo's TCs.
Should have been 3 minutes earlier.
Yes, if that Siege, even just the Siege Workshop comes up a little bit earlier, and he gets maybe another stable or two out a little bit earlier, I really think he can win this game. And I think Yo doesn't have the resources to get to Imp, or he makes it to Imp and he's only at like 50 vills, you know? And that's the frustrating thing for DauT, because it felt like 95% of the plan was good. He lacked the timing on one move. So Yo up 2-0. We will still see the next game. Next game's really important for Yo, who wants to solidify his position in the playoffs. And it will be on Yo's home map. Looks like they're already in, but I just want to double check the stats. I mean, DauT's in a rough spot here, but is it possible? No, it is now impossible for DauT to survive.
Right? Okay.
Yeah. Impossible for him to survive. He would maybe get 5th, but 5th is still relegated. So DauT is out. We will see this game, and then DauT will eventually play Margugu. It may be a situation where DauT takes Margugu down with him when that series happens tomorrow. Wow. DauT it clearly came to the table today with some unique strategies. He's gone for Gurjaras on Shoals. Wow.
Gurjaras used to be a pick here.
Really?
When people figured out you could garrison your fishing ships and just keep them near like the tower.
Are you really?
I remember Gurjaras being picked here. Maybe
I remember
Empire Wars?
it was.
Well,
I remember
Empire Wars. Yeah.
Is it? Empire Wars. Okay, that's a little different.
Yeah.
I remember one of the Titans League seasons that had Jungle Swamp. We saw a lot of Gurjaras. So I was maybe thinking that was on your mind. So let's talk about the Gurjaras. You can garrison the fish, as you said. So that's a unique bonus to them. Being able to save your fishing ships is helpful here. It's not as helpful because there's a tower, but beyond that, really good late game. And the last time we saw DauT on this map, it was like a 2-hour slog when he played Leary. And he had another camel civ. I think he had Hindustanis in that game. So maybe that's his logic, is just get to late game. And if you get to chakram throwers and tanky camels, you can't be beat.
That's such a close woodline, it feels like, for DauT.
Yeah, there's usually not a woodline on the front, in all honesty.
Yeah, that's weird. I can't. I was just thinking that. I was like, I can't remember the last time I saw someone lumber camp forward on this map. But I can't remember the last time I saw a woodline on the front on this map. It's just kind of an interesting way this one's generated. It's not bad for him at all. It's a nice generation, actually.
Yeah, we basically had the decision on if we wanted to completely rework the map and fix the woodlines, which would have been an absolute nightmare. And I was like, no, there's going to be some variety to it. And you can kind of see that there. Really what the woodlines affect is the golds. And when there's only 4 tiles, that is really important. So in DauT's case, I think because some of the wood is generated forward, he now has the golds that are a bit safer and tucked away. I think. I don't really know exactly. There's 7 relics on the map. There's lots of golds on the sides. Yo loves to go fast castle. I don't think I've seen Yo go feudal age once in any of his Shoals games, and I think he's played it 3 times already.
One thing that kind of nerfs Gurjaras on water maps, guys, is the fact you can't really go for that mill early either. So you don't have the food ticking away when it really matters the most.
Yeah, true.
Because you have to go for the dock, right? And then once you have the dock, you're basically putting all of your wood into fishing ships. Because it's more efficient to have the fishing ships than to have the mill with the, whoever's milking these water buffalo inside there. But he goes for the mill after he makes 1 ship. So Yo will have probably a 2 fishing ship advantage over DauT for the Dark Age.
Interesting. Well, the other thing to remember, you do get the free berries underneath the TC, so that's an eco bonus even without the food trickle from the buffalo. So I kind of like the hybrid approach here. I've actually never seen this. I thought that he would add like 3 fish and then the mill, but he can kind of do both, I guess.
Bro, DauT's gonna lose a villager to a tiger. I can feel it.
Oh no. He almost lost a villager.
He's gonna lose this chick. And it's gonna be comical too. Like he's gonna wall it in, and then it'll attack him from like over the range of the
DauT,
wall.
come on, you play so much Black Forest these days. Surely you know now. Oh, and he's getting Loom at the same time.
Brother.
DauT.
It's too late, brother. It's gonna be called. Oh, DauT!
Bro, your reaction there would be so out of place for every other player in Platinum. Like your reaction,
even in gold, bro, even in silver.
Your reaction feels appropriate, but honestly, it's maybe seen as a little disrespectful. Nice job.
It is 100% disrespectful.
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah. I mean, it's unfortunate that I look through things through a different lens with DauT right now, just because of how things have gone. So, I still think this has actually been his best. This has been his best showing all season.
Incredible.
Yeah.
The openings have been incredible. The execution has been good.
Yep.
It's just when he gets to Imp, it's not a regular spot we see him falter, but that's where it's been. It's been that Imp timing.
How much of that is just his opponent, though? Like, Yo is the guy who, the longer the game goes, the better it is, right? And his weaknesses are if you pressure him early, and that's not what DauT has done. So I think that's part of it. It also explains why Yo picked this map. Yo really likes this map because it's slow and adaptive, and he is going up very quickly here. So this is not a fast castle. I think, though, it's just one dock from Yo. One dock galleys.
That wall off from DauT was just so easy. One palisade and one house.
Yeah.
He wall off that entire side of the map. Holy.
And DauT probably did his homework. And that's part of the reason DauT's still able to compete at a high level. Yo's going to run in the gate. Oh, man, that was funny. Somehow the gate was open. Yo wanted to see what was going on there, but that's probably
Sometimes
the
if
smart
you have
play.
like a villager on the diagonal part, they'll like open the gate even though they're not in the gate. You know what I mean?
Like when you click the gate, there's that box.
Yeah.
And if they're standing in the box.
Angle, there's another diagonal angle, which would be like north-south, where you can't really tell if the gate is open or not.
Super weird.
That's the worst one, dude. That one's so bad.
I remember a game, and he might even be listening right now, but this was like 7 years ago. It was a 3v3 game. It was Aftermath versus Tyrant or something, right? And Nikov had 2 armies from the enemy chasing him into his base. And he clicked his army into his base through the gate, but then a villager was holding the gate open in a similar circumstance. And Nikov, in the moment, realized, I don't have enough time to click my villager back into my base because it'll hold the gate open. He deleted the Vil. Yeah, deleted the Vil. The gate closed just in time, and the army stayed out. Like, that was so amazing. I don't know how many times I've seen that one.
That's so good. If you like translate that to real life play, right? Like, just shoot her.
Yeah, don't let the people know.
Yeah.
All right. Well, DauT sees the galley, but he did the thing that we've talked about so much, and you've got to save that fish underneath the tower. You don't take that one first. That way you have a little bit more time. And DauT's going up.
Yo didn't go fast castle here, dude. You said he went fast castle every single time.
Yeah. He went one dock, galleys, hoping to kill some
it's essentially a fast castle. It's not like he's going to add a lot of army in Feudal Age, but
yeah,
2 galleys is still 2 galleys.
Gotta say, Yo's fish are very far away from that tower at the moment. Obviously, he'll have time to move them. But yeah, this just feels like fast castle, boom, and water for DauT. Nothing else. Someone says T90's predictions are all wrong. Listen, I said that Yo did this every set before. So odds are he would have done it again. All right? Doesn't mean all my predictions are wrong. It just means that it was an educated guess. Do you think Yo's too predictable as a player, Dave? Obviously, he hasn't been predictable in this case, but like, do you think people know what he's going to draft, people know how he's going to play, and that's a problem for him? Or has he just been around for so long, that's just Yo. That's just who he is.
I don't think he's predictable. Like, in some ways he is, but, I mean, he'll always find, even if he's doing the same strat, he'll always find a different angle to hit you from, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, that's true.
Like,
there's a deviation.
Mix it up just enough.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, with the forward siege push, it's not you know, the one that we always see on Arabia when he's got 3 TCs. He always goes for that siege workshop or whatever. Sometimes it's like from behind your base. You know? Sometimes it's from the middle. Sometimes it's from the other side. There's never any like super consistency to the strats, even though it is the same strat. So you always have to be on your toes against Mr. Yo.
Yeah, I agree. I also think his initial openings are always so good that he can beat everyone but maybe 3 or 4 players in the world. And so if that's the case, you really shouldn't change too much. DauT comes in here to kill the fish, does kill most of them, but the sea tower, bro. Let's not forget about that sea tower. That sea tower is the MVP there. Really helped out.
Against ships. Multiple arrows. It's looking good. I mean, the fishing ships going down is really the only thing DauT wanted there. He's going for a demo. Maybe he could hide it behind a rock.
There's a really nice rock next to his dock there.
I know, but you have to put it vertical to hide it. Oh, what? No! Wait, there was highlights on that ship behind the rock. Is that just a capture age thing?
Wait, which rock?
When that ship went past the rock, there was a blue highlight behind it. Is T-West changing?
Calm down. I told him that we will allow the rock block. So the outline might be a capture age
screenshots.
Thing.
Oh, what a great demo.
My God, that demo was insane.
God. That was sick. He might get another good one. He was sending me screenshots of relics behind rocks. He's like, how would people see this? I'm like, it's called the mini-map. Duh.
Wow. I don't think DauT has hit 2 better demos in his entire career. Those demos were perfect. And Yo should lose every ship he has here. And maybe then the sea tower.
Good for DauT. That was so good. Yeah, that sea tower should go down.
Yeah, DauT just you need to pull back the weak ones here, ideally. And he's doing that.
It's not going to survive. Maybe.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice save. Well,
meanwhile, Yo going out to the left side for the TC. DauT is kind of like the danger for DauT here is you win water, but then you're stuck in your own little base.
Yeah.
And you don't go out to the gold in time.
And the biggest thing with that is he lost his camel scout to a spearman amongst everything else. So he doesn't actually know exactly where Yo is or how Yo is playing this. And
you should outpost the left side and outpost the right side. At worst case scenario, you lose 2 vills.
Yeah, true.
But like you have the fish, you need that vision to see which side Yo is on.
Too many people are just gambling. They're going up to Imp and dropping a castle with no vision. I like what DauT's going to do.
Yeah.
Make some army, right? Even if it's just a couple spearmen to move out there and find out what your opponent's doing, it's fine. I think with Gurjara's, adding a stable and adding some scouts and adapting from there is also good. But another thing Yo's consistently done is he will always TC a gold area. He doesn't wait. A lot of people are keeping all their ecos safe, but they don't have the gold. Yo will get the relics, and then Yo will also build the TC on the gold.
Oh, does the scout escape? Oh, no. That's so frustrating.
That's annoying if you're DauT too, because he saw a monk from Yo converting his ship, so he knows that his opponent's getting relics, and he doesn't have anything to stop that right now.
Yeah.
But he is ahead in res collected. He does have the 5 fishing ships. He does have the water, not fully controlled actually, because he can't take out the duck because he's worried about the monk, which is super smart from Yo, but he's got Navy out anyways. So which civ is better late game here? If you had to pick one.
I mean, normally we'd say Gujara's win the camel battle, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you remember the monks healing the camels against the Imperial camel.
Yeah, that was a sick game.
You remember that with the Tato? I think that was Tato.
It was Tato.
In that set?
Tato Vinch, and I forget who had Saracens. I think
Tato had Saracens, and he was using the monks, and the healing was absolutely insane in those camel battles. He just unfortunately didn't have the positioning that he needed. But if like he had equal position to Vinch in that game, the monks would have swung the tide in his favor with Saracens. Now Gujara's I think are still slightly better against camels than Imperial are, with like full upgrades.
I mean,
I can never
Imperial
remember.
Camel's better than Gujar Camel, in my opinion, in most applications. What is
in the camel battle though? That's the question.
In the camel battle, Hindustani camels beat Gujarat camels slightly, I think.
Okay.
Though the last time I saw that, it's been a long time. I do want to bring up, though, something that's kind of weird, right? We're talking camels. I think Mamelukes are insane. And I know Yo loves his Mamelukes. But does the Sravamsha still dodge the freaking Mameluke
Yes,
hits?
it does. It does.
That is the dumbest thing ever. You shouldn't
It's so stupid, dude. An elite Sravamsha will kill an elite Mameluke one-on-one.
I've said it before, and I've said it again. If the Sravamsha would just be deleted from the game tomorrow, no one would miss it.
No one would care.
No one would care. We'd be like, oh, life is better now. Yep. I mean, it's such a weird design. Anyways, I don't want to sound too old.
But in groups, if you have a group of 40 Mamluks, they're still absolutely destroying 40 Sravamshas.
Yeah, because once the dodge, I mean, the Sravamsha's low HP. Once the dodge is gone.
Low numbers, they're very annoying.
Yeah.
DauT's going forward with a lot of outposts on the left side. He got Town Watch, so he's going to explore all that and figure out Yo is there. He also is trying to chase those 2 relics, but Yo got 2 relics from the right. Away, and he's bringing those home.
Oh man, I wish I would have caught that. I guess he snuck them into his walls there. Smart from Yo. I also really like the decision, as DauT will lose a monk to a scout. I like the decision to have your monastery at home. It really bothers me when people build their monasteries forward, and then that area just gets castle dropped.
I mean, this one is kind of forward anyway for Mr. Yo. He might be thinking about making another one further back.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, if you lose water, it could be really concerning. But big army play from DauT, and we talked about this. I like this because now you can actually secure the area to drop a castle, and he knows that Yo has the TC there, and he just got his own TC up in the south as well, so this could be good for DauT. I don't know if you want to necessarily win the imp race against the Saracens or what, but he's got the stone for a castle.
So DauT's going to have 2 relics. He's grabbing one forward near Mr. Yo, and Yo is going to have 3 relics, plus there's the one in the center.
Oh, man. DauT's going to place a castle to deny the gold entirely. He's not placing it on the other side for Trebs.
8 villagers coming forward here for DauT. We always got to check the numbers on the vills. There's always a chance that it can be denied. And with 2 monks here, this is suddenly getting a little bit risky. The camels take care of that light cap, and DauT, that is a good thing for DauT.
Wow.
That is a really good thing.
Wow.
He deleted right away. That is impressive.
All right. DauT using his reputation. He was never going to place that castle. That was a bait. That was a fake. Okay. And I'm still concerned that this could be a DauT castle because there are monks, and these are Saracen camels we're talking about, but I think he's got enough. He doesn't have enough vills.
I think you almost want to let that monk get the conversion on the fire. Just screw it. Get it? You can take it out with the other 2 ships, and then he can't convert your camel.
Also,
or you just kill the monk with fire.
Yeah, you kill the monk as well. That's not bad. But Yo is up, Dave. He's clicked up.
Wow.
So to go forward castle like this and not be on the way to imp or not click up is a little off, usually. But I think once his castle's up, he will have the buildings to do so. DauT produced a lot of camels to gain map control for this. The camels haven't actually helped him too much, which could be an issue here.
Well, I do like, and Yo is going on to water, and DauT actually won't see that with this villager making the outpost. So that's kind of critical, and that's actually really nice play from Yo. But I like the fact that DauT has 1 gold under his control, and he's contesting the other.
Agreed. That's
so many times.
So good.
It's just like if you are only on 1 gold and you're being contested and you're not contesting the other one, you're in such a rough position. That's the position that Tata was in that game we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, Yo also is not thinking of doing the same right now. He might eventually think about it, but he has not even looked in the south. No outposting, no units down there, so he doesn't have a clue. Kind of funny. I don't know if the relic spawned there. You see the relic?
No. That converted fire ship came around and sniped the monk.
Okay.
So now Yo's monk is going across. I was wondering about the same thing, but DauT just picked it up. So DauT gets relic number 3?
Yeah, 2, I think.
There's only another monk.
Yo got it.
One in.
Yo got it somewhere. There's 7 on the map.
Wow. How?
I have no clue.
How did he get that?
I have no clue. I don't know where it was or how he got it, but Yo's going to have 5 relics plus Saracens. Wow. And maybe we'll start thinking about contesting in the south. But DauT's going to go full land here, dude. He's going for Shatteris now. That's an amazing unique tech. Any unit that costs food is 25% off. And we might find out which camels are superior here. It seems to be DauT's plan.
I mean, the Gajara camels do beat the Saracen camels in the head-to-head, but it's with the monks behind. If Yo wants to go for that.
Yeah, but the other thing too, though, is you need to get a unique tech to get, you know, maxed out. And Saracens don't have to do that. They just get the HP instantly. So it's way easier for the Saracen player.
I think they do win even without the unique tech.
Nah.
Just with the extra damage.
I don't know if the extra damage is enough, right? Because it's 170 HP versus 120. I don't know how much the extra bonus damage really is against other camels. But maybe
it's an extra +2.
Okay.
Well, so I still doing 2 extra damage on every hit.
We've had a lot of camel bonus conversations in this
we
map. Have. Treb's on the way now for Yo. DauT for the first time sees the Navy. But I don't think you should deviate from your plan. You're not going to beat the Saracens on water, especially when you're surprised. So staying on land is probably the best way to do this. DauT's villager was casually walled in with the outpost on the south side. Hear the stone from Yo. That's kind of funny.
It's weird how Yo is just taking that stone, and DauT's not doing anything about that. But, I mean, he's clearly very busy, right? Heavy camel's on the way. Chemistry's on the way as well. Double castle for both over on this side. Critically, Yo could lose access to gold if he gets kicked off of this area, but he does have that Saracen market, and he's got 5 relics. So he's got some time, even if he gets pushed away from here.
He also has more vills here.
More monks are coming in.
He's got 30 vills in this area. DauT only has 7 vills in this area. So trying to like fight here when you don't have eco around is actually an issue with the repairs and with the mining. And so I think this should be good for Yo to hold the gold. DauT will definitely lose 1 castle, but heavy camels will be in. Armor will be in. We still haven't seen heavy camel from Yo yet.
Cannon Galleon on the way out from Yo.
That's really
still
smart.
No Barista Man.
Yep.
For his monks either. But, I mean, he doesn't really have a big land army to heal up anyway.
Oh, man, this is going to be insane. I mean, Yo wants to go Mamelukes here. I think there's a reason he got Blast Furnace before any armor. But you can't go Mamelukes.
Against Frontier Guards?
Castles are down, yeah. You'd really need the monks.
Have 7 melee armor camel against the 14 power units, so the Mamluks are only going to do 7 damage total per hit.
Bombard cannons from both.
That's not really great.
Really tough to maneuver in these choke points right now. DauT will snipe the bombard cannon from Yo. DauT's decision to just go full land might pay off here. It might kick Yo off the gold. And it was a positive before when I said he had 30 vills here for the repairs. That's a real negative if you lose the whole area.
Yeah. And this is the problem with only being on 1 gold area, right? If you get kicked off, there's no other option. There's no other option. And the camels, like the camels are just ignoring the Mamluks. Essentially, with Frontier Guards.
Yeah,
just completely ignoring the damage. Mamluks don't get any bonus against camels. And now, Yo, well, he still has water control, and he's coming over with the elite cannon galleons. He did manage to sneak in that tech. He's also getting siege engineers. So he should be able to clear up all this stuff over here from DauT, but he won't be able to clear the army.
Yeah, he didn't even have bloodlines. Yo didn't have bloodlines. He didn't have heavy camel, like... To be fair, he invested a lot into the Navy. He'll try to protect the Treb using the Navy. That won't be enough. But the cannon galleons are going to be strong. I just wonder if Yo's going to have the gold, Dave. 6 on gold right now. 5 relics is not enough to compete with 40 on gold from DauT.
Trying to save that bombard cannon. He's got all those villagers out there. Those things are going to die, but at least he gets some camel kills. However... Trebs and bomber cannons working away from outside of the range of the cannon galleons. So DauT gives up the castle as Yo goes for a castle contest in the south. DauT sees the villagers coming, and he's making a castle of his own, and he's already got a heavy camel there to stall at the castle. Really well played there from DauT.
Yeah, and Yo can't look there right now. Yo's got a lot of other things to focus on. He's gambling. He's hoping that castle will go up. We know DauT is already relegated, unfortunately, but he's really turned it up this time. And just like the previous 2 games, he had great strategy, great opening, but he's actually found the execution here. I just think it's the commitment. Yo, trying to mix water and lands could have been good, but maybe a little bit too greedy to try and do everything at once.
DauT was housed a bit when he lost both of those castles, so he couldn't produce, and the castle in the south is going up. But still, where is Yo going to take this gold?
Yeah, and
he's got the Saracen market. That's great. He's got the relics. That's great, but it won't sustain you forever.
DauT's castle is also really good in the south because it also can't be ranged by cannon galleons. So he can treb from there. He can push from there. And camels and bombard cannons still moving on the other side. Yeah, Yo's galleons will probably stall this out now in the north, but he needs big fights somehow in the gold. And he needs it bad. Wow, look at this gold out of nowhere, though. He sold 1,000 food and got 1,000 gold in return.
Yeah, DauT should probably think about nuking the prices as well a little bit. The food price is still reasonable to sell, right? He's looping around now. There's only one area he can push on Yo's base from that north side. That's right up against the edge of the map because of these galleons right here. So he's coming around with the treb. And with the 2 bombard cannons, going to try and get through that wall. Could also cut through the wood line. And Elite Shirvamsha is on the way from DauT.
Why do I feel like this is slipping again? Like, Yo just...
we just watched 2 games where the exact same thing happened.
Like, Yo is getting heavy camel. He will have full upgrades. And we still haven't really seen how the camels match up. Oh, DauT actually took down the walls. DauT is through in the north.
Yep.
Wow, what a play. But he could lose his castle, and Yo has been mining gold over here. DauT's Shirvamshas are going to aim to end that.
Dude, DauT is just killing all his own units with his bombard cannons there as they went through the choke point. He also right-clicks the TC. DauT, come on, dude. No, he's going to lose all his camels. He right-clicked the TC, Tristan.
You can never do it. You've got to just patrol. If enemy units show up, you'll at least attack them. DauT's going to lose most of his army. There's still that water control for Yo. Yo didn't lose all of his trebs yet on the other side. And Yo has... He's got arguably the better camel army now. I mean, 34 camels versus 13. Wait, DauT doesn't have gold income now. Like, he barely has gold income because he's repairing so heavily in the south.
He's got Shirvamshas now. He's got the bomber cannon. He might be able to clear this castle up.
Yeah, maybe.
Might be able to clear this castle up, but look in the north. Look at what's coming his way. We've got 170 HP camels heading towards that castle. He's very cleverly made that castle outside of the range of the cannon galleons.
And a nice
But Yo is coming forward with more villagers here. He's trying to take the stone even underneath the castle.
Dude, really nice snipe from DauT on the trebs. It felt like he was losing it, and he's stabilized now. Yo cannot easily dive underneath this castle with any camels because his production's all on the other side. And Yo also can't conveniently take out this castle because he doesn't have siege over here, because he doesn't have a castle here. Yep. So it's like kind of tricky, but Yo is going to mine golds. And we might see them both lock down their sides and have a very long game.
He's going to go for a counter raid, maybe. He could go for a counter raid into DauT's eco, which could be brutal.
Oh, man, these camels. I'm sure, like, I believe people when they say the Gurjara camel wins, but I personally would feel way more comfortable with 170 HP. The 170 HP helps you in other situations, right? It helps you underneath castle fire. The melee armor doesn't. I'm going with the chonk every time. And, oh, man, now the Navy, the cannon galleon's taking out the TC from DauT. It's looking rough for DauT.
Is that castle? That castle's within range of those cannon galleons, too, if they move forward.
I think so.
No.
And DauT doesn't have the camel numbers that Yo does. He doesn't have the relics that Yo does. And Yo maybe will actually get the 3-0 in the same fashion. I mean, the first 2 games, DauT had such good control. But then an imp, he just can't finish Yo off. Crazy, man.
And now his camel reinforcements that he's trying to send back to his base are just being intercepted by the galleons.
Yep.
So, like, he can't even mass up military. It's just really, really brutal, man. Oh, no.
The Navy definitely paid off for Yo. And he's got galleons coming to the other side as well. So DauT can't even move in to raid his eco because the galleons will patrol the shoreline. Would be really smart for Yo to wall towards that shoreline, actually.
These cannon galleons, I mean, sneaking in that elite cannon galleon tech while you're getting pushed was so critical.
Just crazy.
Just
and crazy.
Siege engineers, too.
Yep.
Like, the amount of damage that they have done, they've taken out, this is the 3rd castle they're going to take out. Took out all the buildings on the front side. They've done 30k damage, these 3 ships, and he hasn't lost one yet.
And what an incredible job from Yo when he had nothing in the south to contest as much as he did. He had no business finding as much success as he did. And even though he didn't win in the south, it gave him the north again. And he's got bomber cannons there. DauT will try and snipe them. But that won't be enough. And I think DauT will soon lose that castle in the north. He's sinking all of his stone into repairing against these cannon galleons. I don't know what the game plan is. I guess the only thing you can do is just fight.
Good?
I don't know. He just never dies. And he always can do just enough in each situation of the map. He never does anything extreme enough in one area, Dave. It's just a fine balance. And
nice little raid from DauT on the stone on the right side. That's something, right?
Yeah.
Get some momentum back.
Yep.
He's housed again because he keeps just losing castles to these cannon galleons.
And it's even worse because he just lost the other castle. Now his stables will go down. Yo can lock down that area with a castle. And DauT just YOLO engages here to get some time to breathe. But the galleons can just back up. They don't need to be on the shoreline like that. And so DauT won't be able to deal with that with just camels. He's going for a big army, though. He'll be up to 50 camels, maybe, if he doesn't lose a lot, which is way more than Yo has.
Captain, tell me again how you lost your ship. So there was a guy on a camel.
You're not going to believe this.
Yeah, I was in a swamp.
Oh, man. Here comes DauT. And that story is as ridiculous as DauT's situation now. Like, he's got no hope but camels. Can't really go for navy. Can't get back on water. He's really hoping these camels are good. It just doesn't have the utility he needs at this point. And now I just wonder, I guess Yo could either kill his main base, which he's going to try and do with raids, or he will find a way to try and shift to take DauT off the gold again. He hasn't done that in a while. Wait, DauT is through.
Yeah, DauT is
on the right side.
DauT is pushing.
Ooh.
Yeah. And it's 115 vills for Yo.
Okay.
And he hasn't been making more. He has not been making more. DauT is still at 140. This game is not over, Tristan.
Whoa.
He still has control over the gold area over here. Remember, the relics are at home from Yo, so suddenly Yo needs to respect this. And Yo only has Hussar back at his main base.
Yeah.
He hasn't been making replacement villagers. Yo is going to drop below 100 vills.
Also, DauT is actually coming on water. He just researched heavy demo, so we might see some big desperation shots on the galleons.
He's still got camels in defense, too.
True.
Oh, boy. Oh, heavy demo. I'm here for it. I'm absolutely here for it.
Yeah, the big issue for DauT is going to be demos or desperation. You don't have a continuous navy. You're just hoping to clear up in side raids, side demos. Yo will have to relocate a lot of his food eco away from this, probably towards the north. He still has a lot on
one
food.
Lonely heavy demo. Come on!
He's going for the cannon galleons there, and he's not going to get there. You need to wait a little bit. Mass some of them in the docks and have some patience, but it's hard to have patience in a game like this. Oh my goodness, dude. So many camels. It's tough for DauT, though, right? Because he doesn't have ability to siege the north. He only has his siege in the east. And Yo is going to stabilize.
Yo has been good, too. He's just constantly converting.
Yep, and Yo knows...
He dropped below 100 vills, but now he's making more.
Yeah.
So he's coming back.
And Yo spotted the redock attempt, so he'll put an end to that. Yo also has a castle in the north now on that gold, so that'll help against these camels. So I think with his own camels, with the galleons, and with the castle fire, DauT won't be able to win a convincing fight there. He'll try, but I think it's just going to be horrible for him. Oh, man. Oh, yikes. He's clicked through. I guess that's best case
camels,
scenario.
If nothing else, but the galleons are still working away. He might get the bombard cannons too, if he goes in there. He's trying to go in for the gold, but it's like singular tiles that. No, dude.
Yeah, Yo walls it up.
That's a bad spot to be with those camels. That's a really bad spot to be, DauT.
And DauT's Treb's on the other side, getting pushed back.
He's stuck. He's trapped. He's trapped.
Is he actually trapped? No.
He's trapped. He can't get past the vills, dude. He's got to get past the vills, and now Yo walls him in. He completely trapped. 18 camels dead.
Man, I mean, if that doesn't sum up DauT's season, I don't know what does. And those camels will find no way of escaping. Well played from Yo, and I thought DauT had a chance. Like, he was just raiding moments ago, but Yo is rewalded now. Yo obviously will kill all those camels. But something about DauT and Shoals. The games never end, dude. We had a game go down to the last couple tiles of gold when he played against Leary. So I guess until he's fully finished off here, he's not going to be calling it.
Just making heavy demos. Siege Elephant on the way, too. Do Gajaras get fast fire? They don't. Okay.
He's getting shipwright. So I think they do get Galleon. So he's going to try that.
They do get Galleon. Yeah. But, like, Yo's never going to allow you to build up enough docks where that's actually going to be an issue for him.
Yeah. But it is kind of a tiny bit of a stalemate at the moment because neither player can take the other fully off of gold. I think Yo needs to prioritize that right now. Just bring camels and raid DauT's golds, and then DauT's in trouble. The camels can actually walk through the middle.
I think you're actually just fine here, Furio. I don't even think you need to press the issue. Like, DauT's going to run out of gold there, and then he's going to have to take the gold next to the shoreline.
Yeah,
you
true.
Kill it.
True, yeah.
It's like, just defend your base, and you're fine.
Yeah, there's only 6k gold left there for DauT, actually.
You
and
have
there's
the relics.
17k. Yeah, 17k for Yo, and he has the relics. You're right. And DauT, just such a familiar feeling for him. He was ahead, arguably. He had a nice lead. And it's so tough as a player to just not think back to the moment where things went wrong, right? And even right now, I might be thinking about game number 1 or game number 2. But I know if I'm him, I'm thinking, why did I right-click at TC with my camels? That's the moment where it felt like it turned around a little bit.
Yeah, he could have got a raid. He could have got, 15, 20 vills there. Maybe win a fight against the camels. Maybe just sit there and keep half of Yo's army at home.
Yep.
It's like...
It is kind of nice from a teaching perspective, though, that happened, because there are some people right now who are right-clicking buildings all the time. So, guys, just patrol in or attack move in. If there's no units around...
Sometimes it's a misclick, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes, and that looked like a misclick to me.
Yeah. But it's one of the more frustrating things if I watch mid or low elo players and they're clicking a building and then they look back and their units didn't defend themselves at all.
Yeah.
Yo knows he's going to give up a little bit of grounds near his navy on the shoreline, and then he's going to go for a full clear down here. He's massing a big group of camels, dropping a castle behind. He needs to put an end to these raids from DauT. And DauT will break through.
Gotta have some monks with these camels, though. If you have equal numbers with Gajaras, you're going to lose the fight.
Yeah, Yo didn't get the tech. I think that he should absolutely be getting that technology.
I mean,
here.
even just, he's been doing a great job with his monks just converting.
Yeah,
I've seen a number of DauT raids that have just been shut down because there's 2 or 3 monks there.
Yeah. I mean, also, how did he get 5 relics? We still don't know that. I thought it would be 3 or 4.
Well, he stole 2 forward from DauT, and then I thought DauT was going to get the one near Yo's wall because he had a monk heading out for it, but Yo somehow managed to get it as well.
We might see Yo shift delete his walls here. Just get rid of those walls. He's got a lot of camels, 34 camels. Now, the armored elephants are going to tank a bit, but they're going to go down, and DauT is soon out of gold. He's now starting to mine the gold near the shoreline, which Yo could actually be denying. But he's got a lot to focus on here.
Cables on the front side of DauT's base. Like, the Yo is in cruise control mode now.
Yeah. This is painful for poor DauT. He loses this, he will be 1-11 this season. And it's a shame to say that because he's played so well this series. Played well in some of the other sets as well, but I would never have expected DauT to be relegated.
Here come the demos.
Also 1-11. Demos hop out of the dock. But at this point, it feels like if you take Yo off of water somewhat now, that just frees up more population space for camels.
Yeah.
And that's the problem.
These 2 cannon galleons. Don't know what happened to the third one.
67
I know.
This is for
They've done everything for Yo.
This is for every commenter who's ever said, "Why no cannon galleons when pros are playing?"
Yeah.
Yo has gotten full use. Love to see it, man. Look at all the camels he has now. He's got 50 camels on the right side of the map. Doesn't have siege yet. He's got to mass some trebs. But he'll slowly take out the buildings. There's some demos from DauT.
Nice
Big demos.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
The problem.
And
Cannon Galleon's almost going down. He lost one.
No!
Dude.
Oh, what a shame. It'll go into the Hall of Fame for Cannon Galleons, but
yeah.
It's
I looked, by the way, and unit outlines are showing up behind the rocks.
I think it's a capture each.
No, I looked in the game.
Oh, okay. And that bothers you?
I think there's been a little map scripting ninja putting in some work.
I mean,
behind the scenes, last Cannon Galleon went down.
I mean, I haven't really paid attention. T-West asked me if I wanted that, and I said no, specifically because it would probably anger you.
Probably? I'm furious.
Yeah. Well, you know what I was dreaming of is like that one moment where someone actually hides one behind a rock, and it makes a big effect on the game. I was like, after that, maybe we could change it. But we haven't really seen that moment. I've been staring at that rock on the left. That's perfect to hide a demo behind.
It is. But now there's outlines, so it's not.
Yep. And maybe that would have been DauT's play. Honestly. You probably needed it. I think this is the end for DauT, though. He's already down to 600 gold remaining in this area. So he's about to be completely out of available gold to mine. And Yo has everything over here now to take out the castle. This would be one last fight. And I just don't know if DauT has the numbers here to be able to win.
No, you got crop rotation, dude. We can keep going.
Yeah, I guess he could eventually just spam cheap hussars into camels, but I think those hussars are going to die pretty quickly here.
Barista man on the way in, finally.
Yo,
with no mugs.
Yo probably had the time to double check how much that costs and what it does in the tech tree with this type of a position. And DauT will build up for one last fight. Officially 0 gold income for DauT beyond those 2 relics. Yo even sniped the monk in there. Poor DauT. Now, I wonder if is this good for Margugu? I don't think it affects Margugu at all. DauT getting swept. Margugu, there's still another relegation spot, right? So I think what would have helped, what would have been good for Dragonstar is if DauT got a couple wins, because Dragonstar wants playoffs. This shouldn't affect Margugu. Margugu still has to get the job done against Sebastian and then against DauT. Otherwise, he will be the other player relegated here. One final fight for DauT. He's trying to max out. It's 27 camels and 28 hussars. No golds. I think this is a player who knows he's dead, but just doesn't want to accept it just yet. I get another game. All 3 games, Yo just stays alive and comes back, though. Just so impressive. I don't know how he does it, man.
Damn, dude. I mean, he controls where his opponent is paying attention.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's the best at it. He knows exactly where his opponent's looking. He'll attack where they aren't, and then he'll force their attention somewhere, and then start pushing on the other side.
Also, you never see Yo panic a single time if the opponent tries to do it to him. Like when DauT was attacking his base earlier and he was losing ground, you didn't see any signs of panic. Yo's pop was still good. It still felt like he was like, oh, okay, I know what to do against that. That's not going to be a problem for me.
Even on the Rocky Forest game, like when he was being raided and losing all those villagers, he was paying attention to his win condition, which is the Cav Archer mass.
Yeah.
It's like losing villas is like, whatever. Lose 15, 20 of these. Fine.
DauT's like, I'm 200 pop. I'm not going to resign. Why would I resign at 200 pop? Which I guess, fair. It does feel pretty bleak.
See the resources that Yo has right now.
Yeah.
And then
Yo could build a wonder, dude. Yo could easily, he could build multiple wonders.
City of wonders. Yeah.
That would maybe be seen as a little bit of disrespect. You can't win with the wonders, but I'd be pretty tempted if I were in Yo's position.
That's a get out of my game castle right there.
Yeah.
That's like outpost rushing without outpost rushing. This forward castle.
And final fight.
DauT, what are you doing?
This has got to be the final fight of the game. Now, the hussars did sacrifice themselves, so the camels could chew up the other camels, I guess. But I don't think there's enough camels. Yeah, DauT will lose everything, and the castle will be up on his face. And this will be the moment. DauT realizes this is it. He will still play that final series against Margugu. Maybe he will affect Margugu's fate. But with the results today, Yo will be in a good position to get playoffs. Still not confirmed. But DauT will be out and down to gold for the next season.
This is a collect call for DauT. Why are we in the game here?
The casters have already said the things that they can say to make this interesting. We're out of ideas. 120 pop, and DauT calls the GG. What a hold from Yo. I mean, just crazy hold from Yo. I think, honestly, DauT probably wins 2 of these games against many other players with the strategies.
100%. He should, even against Yo, like if he had just made slightly better decisions, timing wise.
Yep.
It wasn't even execution, like just timing wise. You're fine, strategy wise. Like he had some gaffes today, but the openings were really good for him. Honestly,
look at the res collected for DauT. I mean, you end this game after how everything has gone today. You look at those stats and you just must hate your situation even more. Yeah. You're like, I had more of everything. I had more wood, more food, more gold, more stone. I've got Gurjara camels that are supposed to be better. How did I not win this game? And I think Yo just took better engagements. The Navy obviously played a huge role because he didn't lose a lot of his Navy for a while. Could argue maybe the occasional monks. It's just, again, just Mr. Yo things. So I think the best I've seen from Yo so far in Titans League, best I've seen from DauT. DauT is, of course, out. Got to keep things moving here because we do have another series scheduled. But just to quickly show it, because I'm more curious on actually Yo's situation, because I know he was kind of iffy on if he was going to be playoffs, depending on how Dragonstar did. But that puts Yo in a very healthy position. He is completely safe. He's likely to go playoffs, which is where everyone wants to see Yo. And that also apparently is very good for Dragonstar's survival chances.
DauT had Byzantines left, dude, in the draft.
Could have had Byzantines too. Yeah. And unfortunately, like I think if he wins with Gurjaras, we'd never even have the conversation. But now he loses, and you just wonder, should he have picked Byzantines? So, DauT relegated, confirmed. One more series to go. Margugu plays against Sebastian tomorrow. Margugu has like a 9.7% chance at survival. Does still have some slight chances at making a run for playoffs. But I think those small chances
he could go for second place, dude.
Yeah. I think he would have to 3-0. He would have to 3-0 Sebastian tomorrow, and then he would have to 3-0 Dragonstar, 3-0 DauT, and then he would need other things to happen. Anyways, coming up next is Viper versus Daniel. We might be into it pretty quickly because the scheduled time was 3 minutes ago. Right now, Viper is in 4th place. He's looking to up his game a little bit. And then Daniel is tied in last with Valis. So Daniel needs wins. Viper needs wins. Different narratives, of course. Daniel trying to survive. Viper wants to go on and win this whole tournament. So we'll take a quick break, Dave. Get some water and coffee. And we'll be back, right?
Yep.